Welcome to another version of Awakening Moments with Angie. I thank you all for joining me this week. Today we're going to venture into a neighborhood that's around our community in Hudson. We're actually going to peek into Salem, New Hampshire. Salem, New Hampshire at this time holds a farmer's market. I'm going to read off something that I really thought was a very sweet piece that was given to me. A stalk of corn waiting for harvest started as a seed. Our community is the same. We're planting the seed of brighter tomorrows today. The Salem, New Hampshire Farmers Market gives local farmers and vendors a place to come together and celebrate good, hard, honest work. The work done by the hands of our neighbors. Come out and help us grow. The Salem, New Hampshire Farmers Market, organized in 2010 by a lady named Jane Lang. She was the volunteer market coordinator. She, along with market patrons, supporters, they built a very strong following of people who appreciated and wanted to buy fresh, local produce produced by diversity of vendors who participated in the market. The market was recognized as a public charity establishment itself as a 501c3 since July 30th of 2012. Farmers markets are an important public face for agriculture and a critical part of our food system. Our goal is to increase visibility to not only help farmers and entrepreneurs, but also help fill a growing consumer demand for fresh, healthy foods. Their mission statement of Salem's New Hampshire Farmers Market is to provide all members of our local communities with a wide variety of fresh, locally produced foods and to educate all about the nutritional, economic, environmental, and social implications of eating seasonally and locally. Today we're going to introduce to you a couple of people here who are joining me. My first one who I'll be introducing is Bonnie Wright. She was raised in Massachusetts, and she's from the Salem's Farmers Market. She used to live in northern New England since shortly after graduating from high school. She attended college in Vermont and New Hampshire and moved from Lakes Regions to Salem 10 years ago. 2013, Bonnie founded New Hampshire Right to Know GMO and would diligently to try to pass a law for labeling genetically engineered foods. In the process, she connected with Jane Lang, the founder of the New Hampshire Farmers Market. At Jane's insistence, she joined the board of market for a while and rejoined the market about a year ago. Last October, she accepted the role of president when a vacancy appeared on the board. Bonnie has become involved in local politics and recently re-elected as the vice chair of Salem Zoning Board of Adjustment. In 2018, she ran for state rep for Rockingham District 8, and she plans to run again in November. In addition to GMO labeling laws, she has worked on other bills, including several relating to pesticides and environmental issues. She has 2 children, and from her first marriage. She and her current husband, Wayne, have a combination of 4 grandchildren who live in Salem and Loudon, New Hampshire. So at this time, I'm going to introduce Bonnie Wright to you. Hello, Bonnie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And you now run the farmers market, is that correct?
No, we have a board of 7, and
okay.
we jointly run it. I am the president, so when we have meetings, I chair the meetings, and
I see.
everybody comes to me with questions all week long. That it is definitely a working board, and we all have our roles.
Everybody puts their pieces in.
Everybody works hard. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is it that like these have the market starts up in May? Is that when it starts?
No, we're a year-round market.
You're a year-round market. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought it was a beginning in May thing.
No, we've been at the Fisk School in Salem since November, and then May 6th we go back outside to 224 Marketplace in Salem, 224 North Broadway at Salem Marketplace. Get it right. So we're year-round. We're closed Easter Sunday. And this year we closed Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve because they happen to fall on Sundays, but usually just every Sunday except Easter.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's interesting. Now, it's in Salem, New Hampshire. That doesn't mean that you have to be in Salem, New Hampshire to become a part of this farmer's market, correct?
No. Our board, I think, has 3 people from Salem, 2 from Wyndham, 1 from Sandown, and 1 from another town,
And
Hampstead?
yeah,
Hampstead. So we have a variety. People come to our market because we have a good market. We have usually 20 or more vendors. We have all kinds of foods, from fresh vegetables all year round. We have Victory Aquaponics grows greens all year round in an indoor water system. We have all year round, we have several other farmers that bring regular fresh vegetables, some organic, certified organic, some with some spray, you know, but by coming to the market, you get to talk to the vendor and find out what their growing practices are.
And you're a big proponent of GMOs. I've heard of
I'm
that.
a big proponent against GMOs.
Oh, against, yes, okay. So
Actually, I wanted them labeled.
for somebody who doesn't understand what a GMO is, because I'm sure there are some people watching us right now that do not have an understanding of what a GMO is.
Genetically engineered foods. GMO stands for genetically modified organism. I started a group called New Hampshire Right to Know GMO, and we worked very hard trying to pass a law in New Hampshire that required GMOs to be labeled. A genetically engineered food is something that the scientists have gone in and changed the DNA. We don't know the long-term health consequences, and by one of the major changes that's done to the seeds is to make the seed resistant to an application of a product called Roundup or glyphosate, which is a weed killer that has the International Cancer Organization, part of the World Health Organization, says it's a probable human carcinogen. So we're dousing our foods with this chemical.
Wonderful.
And so I would like to be able to look at a package and know that this contains,
It doesn't have all that in it.
yeah.
And you have grown foods?
I'm sorry?
Have you grown foods? Like
I
vegetables?
I
Or,
don't grow
No.
my own.
but you work with people who do?
Yes, I trust my vendors at the market. I trust an organic label.
Yeah.
And I don't eat organic 100% of the time, but I try to. I think it's better for us. Pesticides are put on something to kill.
Yes, well, you know, it's funny that you say that, because if I was to look back in time, way back in time when I was a little girl, we had local farmers markets all over the place all the time. We had local butchers, we had all of that. And there's a definite difference in a fresh grown tomato that hasn't been nurtured with all kinds of garbage all over it, and one that you get from the market that may stay in your refrigerator for 5 weeks.
It tastes
not a good
different.
thing.
It tastes better. But at the market, we also have breads. We have homemade jellies, jams. We have 2 meat vendors. We have jewelry. We have alpaca woolen products. We have honey. We have jam. We have maple syrup. So we have soaps and personal care products.
Quite an array.
There's a big variety.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone, and it's a community. And
Everything's community, and community-based is good. And I haven't introduced Dianne Fallon yet today. Hi, Dianne. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
I
Angie.
decided I would pull on Bonnie first, and then bring in Dianne. Dianne is also a member with the Farmers Market out of Salem, New Hampshire. Is there anything special that you do for the society that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm the treasurer.
Okay.
So one of the things we do that I think is exceptional is that we accept SNAP benefits, EBT, and we run a token program. Twofold. If people come to the market and some of our vendors don't take a credit card, or some of our vendors don't take, well, mostly it's a credit card, they all take checks and cash, then they can buy tokens from us and spend them at the market like they would, you know, a dollar. And the other is that if someone has EBT benefits, they can come to our market and they can get EBT tokens from us so that they can spend at the market, because some of our vendors can't take EBT cards, but we also match them. And so we do fundraising in the community to be able to match that. One of the things about farmers markets is they don't sell in bulk. You know, their farmers' cost to bring it to the market can be more expensive than the food that you buy at Market Basket.
Right.
It's also more fresh and it's not preserved, so it doesn't last as long. So those are good things if we're consuming them right away, but it's hard for the farmer. So the cost to bring it to the market is a little more than it would be if in a grocery store.
They were just put in a grocery store.
So what we do is we supplement that, but because we want everybody who comes to our market to be able to take home fresh fruit and products, and to be able to sample the difference between what you might get at a grocery store, eggs that might be 2 months old versus eggs that are probably 2 days old.
Right. Well, that's a very good program for EBT because it offers them that opportunity.
Right.
And I like the idea that you did the matching,
Right.
which is really, you know, that's an incentive for it. That's, you know, come on and check that out. That's a very good incentive.
So for your viewers, that means if somebody uses their credit card for food stamps to get $5, they get $10 worth of buying
Right.
power.
Yeah, it's an EBT, which is their
Right.
food stamp money.
Right.
And when we
Yeah.
can,
I'm
like
sorry,
it-
I wasn't thinking about that, but you made a good point to brought that out.
when we can at Christmas time, we actually tripled it. So instead of
Oh, that's
$5, they
nice.
would get 15. So
I like the idea that you're open all year round, because a lot of the farmers markets are only open up for the season.
right.
And this is kind of giving people the opportunity to have the value all through the year.
Yep.
So that's nice. Now, you also were mentioning that I know that you have special weeks, like I know there's one coming up with the Pet Week that's going to be coming up in the beginning of May. So you have different programs, you have different workshops, there's different things that you have going on, other than just being there with the food and the produce and the jewelry and all of it. So can you give me a little insight on some of these programs that you offer?
Well, we do special events for kids. So we did Santa Claus came to the market. We did for St. Patrick's Day. We had golden eggs, golden potatoes that were hidden at different parts, and the kids had to do a
Oh, that's
scavenger
right.
hunt. We decorated cookies for Valentine's Day. So we have special programs like that for the children. And then we've been doing a health workshop. So starting in January, it'll be 16 weeks when we finish at the end of April, covering all kinds of different topics. We've talked about building immunity. We've had a CPR workshop. We had one on acupuncture. We've had several on the addiction issues. We have coming up next week, we have two of the rock stars in the GMO labeling world. Dianna Reeves started GMO Free USA, and Pam Larry started the GMO labeling movement in California. They're on a national tour, and they're going to be
nice.
stopping at the market.
And what is the date on that, do you know?
The date on that? That's this coming Sunday, April 15th.
April 15th.
And then the week after,
Oh, so they have these workshops just at the
we
time
do
of
them
the...
during the market. So you come do your shopping, come to the workshop, or come to the workshop,
Oh,
do
that's
your
actually nice.
shopping.
So see, you have a nice place to go on a Sunday.
We have a great place. The
And
school
this is every
wonderful.
Sunday that you have the farmer's market. What is the, I know you have another one coming up beside, you have the GMO people coming on Sunday.
And then on
15th.
April, I think it's the 15th, we have Jennifer from Joy Wellness is coming, and she's doing chair yoga.
Okay,
So,
very nice. So, you know, you not only get to shop around, you also get to see some of the things that are going on in the area that you might be interested in.
well, we're trying to make it.
It's very nice. And I know in May, because I know I have a couple of my students are going there. They're very excited. It's going to be Pet Week. Was it May 6th through the, I want to say the 17th. I might be off on that.
What is that week?
13,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. But May 6th, you're going to have actually everything about pets, right?
We're going to be honoring pets
Yeah.
that day.
Well, that's going
Do
to be
you
cool.
want to talk about it, Diane?
Yeah, I'm very excited about having the pet Reiki there
Yeah.
at the market that day, so
Yeah,
that's
Michael
going
and
to be
Melina will be there, yeah.
very exciting. And then there are going to be animals there. We're looking at alpaca, maybe an
Oh.
anaconda, and all kinds of animals in between. Free dog biscuits will be there for the day. We're having a new vendor who's coming this year who does pet treats, so that'll be a nice introduction
Nice.
for that new vendor for us. And pets are always welcome in the summer. We always have dogs. Sometimes
On leash.
On leash.
On leash, yeah.
We've had rabbits in buggies and
Oh.
chickens in cages. So I'm sure we'll have just a menagerie there that day for everybody to enjoy, as well as all the vendors that'll be there that day as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Should
pretty
be
fun.
it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We believe Salem Animal Rescue League will be there with a dog or several. And we know that For Insurance is going to be there to be able to talk about pet insurance.
Oh,
So we're
That's
really
awesome.
covering as much as we can on the pet.
oh, so if you're a
realm.
pet lover going on
That's
the
right.
6th of May,
Yeah.
if you're very interested in learning, the chair yoga kind of caught my eye. If you're very interested in understanding what chair yoga is, because it's a very simple form of yoga, that one is it's not this weekend, it's the following weekend?
Yep, April 15th.
That would be this Sunday.
April
That's
21st.
April 21st, yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. And April 15th, if you want to learn more about GMOs and how to establish, getting rid
The
of
Good
them.
Food Brigade is
Yeah,
there.
we'll get a chance to do that. Those are all, I like the idea that we have something like this right next door to us in Hudson, New Hampshire. Now, where are they held in the summer, starting in May?
224 North Broadway, which is Salem Marketplace.
Okay,
And right now, through the end of April, we're going to be at the Fisk School, which is 14 Main Street, Salem.
14 Main
Yeah,
Street.
that's
Okay.
right by exit 2 off of 93.
So you can check out the chair yoga inside.
Mhm.
And then you can have the pets outside for
Yep.
the first weekend coming back in May. When you say the marketplace on Broad Street, you said?
North Broadway.
North Broadway. Okay. Any landmarks around that?
It's right next to the Bank of America, across the street from the new Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah, the new Dunkin' Donuts, that's right. That one they'll all know about. Okay. Anything else that you wanted to share? Actually, do you ever take in volunteers to help you with any of these?
Absolutely. We can't operate without volunteers. We're
Okay.
a full volunteer.
Because I know it's a nonprofit, and I know it's to help benefit the community, and so most of those do bring in volunteers. If somebody was giving some thought to, they're looking for something to do, but they're not too sure if they fit in, what are some of the things that they might experience, like being able to do as a
Well,
volunteer?
right now, it's at the beginning of the market, putting out signs outside, at the end of the market, bringing them in.
Yeah.
We have that in the summer too. In the summer, we need help setting up tents and tables to get ready for the market, and then at the end of the market, pull them down. We need people just to greet people and make our customers feel welcome. We hand out shopping bags. We try and keep a rough track of how many people come to the market each time. So we,
So come out and play with the community is what
yep,
it is.
we are in a growing stage right now, so we are looking for people with some specific skills, possibly board member, possibly not, but we need somebody with some marketing skills. Dianna would probably appreciate some help with the bookkeeping.
I'm sure that you can always use somebody that might be
Yeah.
masterful with a computer.
Yep.
Always.
So there's a lot of things, in other words, that you could help them with.
If you have a skill,
If you have
if
a
you could just
skill.
say, hi, welcome to the market, we would love to have you.
Yeah. Advertising sometimes is better done by the community. So even coming up and doing a little bit of advertising for the market.
Some of the
It's fun too.
schools, like Wyndham, that students have to do community service hours, and they can come to the market and fulfill that
And they
requirement.
fulfill their requirements.
Yep.
That's good to know too, because a lot of times, it's something that, and honestly, in Hudson, we actually have an agricultural program here.
Oh,
So with that in mind, maybe some of those students might want to get involved.
Absolutely.
they might want to get involved. We've been talking about doing an internship program, which might expose them to a lot more than just coming and saying hello.
Yeah.
And if they're interested in that, we would be more than happy to talk with them.
Very nice. Diane is just sitting there humbly watching us and listening to us. She actually, I have to give Diane credit because she is the one that who introduced me to the Salem Farmers Market. However, I did kind of know it was there because I have heard about it from another one of Salem's people, Stephanie Mecklin. She's always into everything. And she's a beautiful person. And if Stephanie says something's working marvelously, it is. So that's why I said, they got to come on the show and we'll check them out. And I have to share that I just recently had another nonprofit here that was for the veterans. And of course, they knew everybody in Salem as well. So it was pretty kind of funny that I have been going on this Salem roll. I didn't anticipate it. It's just happening, people.
Well, we appreciate it very much.
But,
That we can draw people from Massachusetts and as far away as Tilton
Yeah.
in the summertime. So we'd welcome anybody from Hudson.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just, what time does it start and what time is it in on the Sundays?
The market is open from 10 to 2.
10 to 2,
The workshops are at 11 o'clock to about 12 o'clock.
11 to 12, okay. Yeah, because that would be good to know.
Yeah. We have a website, we have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter,
Yeah.
Instagram. Our media guy is Dan, and he does an incredible job with social media. We could use some help with print media.
Yeah, that always helps too.
Yeah.
So I just want to share with everybody, this is an opportunity to have something to do on a Sunday. Wake up, maybe you go to church, maybe you have a breakfast. After breakfast, go up to Salem, check out the marketplace. Maybe you'll stop in to see a fine presentation. Perhaps you actually have something that you'd like to bring up to the marketplace and become a vendor with. And like I said, it doesn't have to be growing vegetables. It can be another craft, or it can be something unique that you may, be able to do.
Two things we left out. We have great cheeses.
Cheeses too.
And
huh?
we have samples of cheese, and candy and cookies. And a lot. You can come and sample things before you buy it too.
Do you have any entertainment?
In the summer we do.
I thought you would be.
It's because we're in a school cafeteria in the winter, it
Yeah.
becomes a little bit of a challenge.
Yes.
The workshops go in the school library, which gives us quiet space for that.
But now in the summer, when you start in May, you start to open up and you have a little entertainment as well. So, take a day, do a little walking within the market space, listen to the entertainment, check out a class. If you are bored and don't know what to do with yourself, come by and check out Bonnie, call Bonnie. Give her a call and say, hey, I'd like to do something to help out and be a part of the group. And get yourself out of the house. Bring yourself out for the spring and the summer and enjoy being out there with all of the fresh vegetables, all of the fresh meats, produce, anything that's surrounding it.
We'll be outside from the beginning of May through the end of October, and then we'll go back inside, but we are open rain or shine.
Okay. So for today, I thank you for joining us today on Awakening Moments with Angie, and I wish you a very wonderful week, and give thought to taking a stop by at our neighbors, Salem's Farmers Market. Thank you for being here, ladies.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Angie.
having
Be well.
us.